Hi, and welcome to Tech Talk on your most exciting TV station. Of course, you're watching Rave Television. And yes, today we have a lot of conversation that we're going to be centered around the tech ecosystem in Nigeria, talking about, the amazing things happening in the tech world. And yes, Nigerian youth have been making sure that Nigeria is well represented in that particular industry. Almost every sector are leveraging on technology for the advancement, of course, of the businesses, of their products, of their projects, and everything going on. Everyone is basically leveraging on technology. And yes, we're so excited as well that Nigeria is one country that is not left behind in this particular one. And yes, so this is one good thing that you can see, of course, talk about in Nigeria. Because, little by little, or even invasively, Nigeria is tech advanced. And yes, I can say that beating my chest like that. And of course, a lot of persons are saying, well, tech has become the new oil. And yes, I could as well say yes, truly. And so if you look at various industries, there's been lots of development, there's been lots of discovery of technology. And so people have just beginning to drill the tech from that particular angle. And yes, so almost everywhere you look at for, tech is discovered. So yeah, tech is the oil. So as much as you can, also leverage on technology. However, there have been certain challenges that Nigerians have also complained about in the tech ecosystem, the tech industry in Nigeria. Saying, of course, one of the major challenges talks about funding. And Nigerian techies are saying, well, the country has not really given us so much funding that we can leverage on to basically expand and also grow, as a tech people, as tech youth in the country in Nigeria. And the government has also come out to say, well, there's been quite a few things that we've done as well for you, as a government. But the tech industry is saying, well, there could be more that can be done to ensure that things that are needed in the tech space is also gotten. Of course, policies that could also make the tech ecosystem very friendly. A lot of young people can basically dive into that, and as much as possible, just begin to thrive in that particular industry. Of course, these are more we are going to be talking about on Tech Talk with Victor Arquette today. But first, we'll go for a quick break. When we'll come back, I will introduce our guest, and of course, the conversation will begin from there. Do not touch the dice. Stay with us. Well, welcome back, and of course, you're still exciting TV station. And of course, before we went to that break, I did tell you that when we come back, I'm going to be introducing our guests, and we're going to be talking about the tech ecosystem in Nigeria. And of course, our guest this morning is Arole Mustafa. Baba, I greet you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you very much.
Almost see your beers there. See your beers. Did you add some tech stuff to that
No,
as well?
no,
Nothing. This is original.
Yes,
So you didn't develop it using tech app.
no, not AI.
This is not AI.
It's not AI.
And of course, you're a young Nigerian, basically.
Yeah.
Of course, you also leverage on technology to grow and also explore and all of that. But look at the tech ecosystem in Nigeria thus far. What could be that one thing that you could say that you've noticed?
Okay, so over the years, for the tech ecosystem, it has been growing exponentially. If you look at Nigeria as a whole, we have so many players in the tech market.
Truly.
So many players. As some companies are shutting down, you have more sprouting up. And you have some companies are not able to raise funds. You have more that are raising funds.
Right.
So Nigeria is a very large tech market. From health tech to ed tech to fintech. Fintech is like even any
It's the
small
main
thing
thing.
fintech. And you see a lot of Nigerian youths that are doing so many things in the tech ecosystem.
Sure.
You have the guys doing the Java, the coders, and once you meet any Nigerian youth now, I'm a project manager, I'm a this manager, this.
Right.
So you can see tech is all over the space in the country right now.
Very true.
And we're looking forward to more growth in the tech ecosystem as time goes on, more fundraising, more policies that could help sustain the growth in the ecosystem.
All right, so there's something I've also noticed as well in the tech space. Lots of young Nigerians, have also begun to leverage on that to also even do remote works. And that's talking about the unemployment rate that we had so far in the country, where we had a lot of persons complaining of no job and all of that. But we're also seeing Nigerians, especially young people, leveraging on that particular tech space and say, well, right now, you mentioned project managers, and a few of them I've looked at it and say, okay, I must not wait for the government anymore before I can get a job. Now they began to leverage on tech, and some of them are working, for international companies from home.
Yes.
And I'm sure you've seen a few of those happen as well. Let's just get a few thoughts from you too.
I have a couple of friends that even before they jackpot now,
The jackpot syndrome.
Yeah, exactly. So they used to work for big tech companies from even Lagos here. They have someone from Ikorodu or Badagry working in US.
You understand?
You understand? So I think that's the tech ecosystem is that flexible enough. You can't have a doctor in Nigeria you're working in the US. You understand? You can't have an engineer here working in the US, maybe civil engineer or something. It might be possible, but then it's not as possible as someone coding, someone doing product or something, UI UX. So tech ecosystem is that flexible for people to work from anywhere, and I think the world is going remote now, so if not hybrid, and COVID has shown us that you can do a lot of things from different locations.
Very true. And funding has been one major challenge, of course, that young Nigerians have had thus far. And the question they've been asking is what can be done more, maybe from the government, from big players in the industry in Nigeria, to ensure that young techies, they get access to funding, because we've seen a few of them share their ideas. And you ask them, why are you not following through this idea? And the first thing that comes to mind is funding. And so the big question has always been, what can be done, to ensure that there's funding available for young techies?
Okay, so from the government side, we've seen initiatives from CBN, NITDA, EF, NITDA, trying to raise funds for small startups to kickstart their ideas. We've also seen the likes of Google and other big brands that are doing funding for black founders or something like that. So funding, actually, we definitely can say you might not be able to go around, but then organizations are still raising funds, as hard as it has been. We have organizations that are raising funds, and they are not raising smaller funds. They are even proceeding to like stage C and the likes. We have VC investors that host dialogues, maybe Twitter Spaces, X Spaces rather. We have meetups with founders and what's the name to discuss challenges that they have with even the startups themselves. Not even talk about startups raising funds. To discuss challenges they have with startups in order to release funds to them. Things they look out for in startups. So startups can also leverage on dialogues like that, conversations like that, meetups like that, to learn what the VCs are looking for in the startups. To be able to raise or secure more funding.
What platforms could also can they leverage on? Because you mentioned some of the meetups on X as well.
Yes.
Some of the meetings one-on-one with some of the VCs as well too in this part of the world. What platforms basically could you also share that this is what you can look for when you open your X app. These are the things that you're looking out for. That you can also, a techie can say, okay, I will go to this person and follow this particular group or this particular person, and then get this particular meetup.
Okay, I wouldn't mention names, but you have big tech giants.
Let's mention them at least for the sake of young techies.
Tech godfathers.
Okay.
You have the Asel Motors, you have the Idris Bello, you have the Afa Ali. So you have quite a number of people you can. It also is on X, and he shares his one or two takes once in a while. So you have a number of people on the tech space on Twitter that you can follow and learn a lot of tech insights from.
Okay.
Going beyond away from the digital part, you also have offline meetups that they do there for founders. You have some brands also host events for founders, basically, to come and dialogue and things like that. Meetup, there are mixers, there are cocktails, events for founders that they try to learn and meet with these VC founders too. So there are a number of them.
There's quite a number of them. But of course, we'll be back in a jiffy. We'll be telling you some of the places that you can also visit in Lagos State, yes, and in Nigeria that you can be a part of, and also join some of those communities, some of those meetings that could help you as exciting TV station, Rave Television. My name is Victor Ake. Of course, I've been here with Arole Mustafa. We've been talking about the tech ecosystem in Nigeria. And of course, moving on now with the conversation, Arole. There are certain platforms in Lagos State, and of course, you're also part of the organizers of the Lagos Tech Fest. Tell us about that a little bit, and how that also helps to build up the tech community in Nigeria.
Okay, so Lagos Tech Fest annually hosts a number of people, thousands of people, let me put it that way. We have the investors, the disruptors, innovators, we have the players in the industry, we have startup founders too, and we have tech enthusiasts, basically, that come around to learn, network, and do business at the event. So beyond conversation, the presentation, keynote sessions, you have the panel sessions, you have this year now, Lagos Tech Fest is going to host a masterclass session, CEO forum for CEOs to network and do business. We have an expansive networking lounge now for people to come and network, executive attendees. So you have people attending from the fintech space, from the crypto space, from health tech, ed tech, and a number of the tech ecosystem, the forex too. So you can see how wide it is. It gathers a number of people and a number of players in the industry to come network and do business. So beyond the dialogues, startups or businesses can leverage on this platform to meet potential investors, to meet regulators, to meet with businesses they can do business with, they can sell their solutions to, and also partner with. So
would there be hackathons in those particular meetings?
No, there is no hackathon.
So, but would there be specifically, say, fundraising or segments as well for?
So there is a key part of Lagos Tech Fest annually. That's the investors dialogue or VC funding session.
Okay.
So it hosts a number of VC players, investors in the tech ecosystem. They discuss and talk about things they look out for in new startups, things they look out for in existing startups, and things they look out for, and the red flags and opportunities they look out for in startups. So founders and startups can also come to learn from these people at this event. And also beyond the conversation, you can also meet them one-on-one and discuss with them and engage them personally.
And when would this be happening?
On the 15th of February.
Okay,
at Landmark Event Center.
Landmark Event Center, 15th of February 2024. And I believe this is one of the meetings that a lot of young techies could basically look out for. And that could also mean that there are certain things that, as a young techie, as a founder, if you want to build a brand, a business, there are certain things that you must know to ensure that you could also attract global attraction to yourself and all of that. So so before we let you go, basically, you're a techie. And of course, use lots of tech applications as well. So we're going to do this. What are your favorite top 5, tech applications?
Okay, let's say LinkedIn is one of my favorite because I use LinkedIn a lot. I use it for my work. It uses my work. I meet people on LinkedIn and we take conversation from LinkedIn to email or meetings or physical meetups. So LinkedIn, you have X there, Twitter. We also have Instagram. Then say WhatsApp, and the remaining, the last one will be 5 of my bank apps.
5 of your bank apps that makes your debit work.
And credit also, to confirm a lot.
All right. Yes. All right. So finally, phones, iOS or Android?
iOS, please.
iOS, please. Who does that? Android, please. All right, thank you so much, Aurelia, for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you. Of course, this is where we're going to draw the curtain on to the edition of Tech Talk with Victor Arke. Thank you so much for staying tuned. And of course, until next time, keep clicking. And guys, this is Tech Talk with Victor Arke. Stay safe, everyone.